Good evening, everyone. This is Kristen Torres. I am the Executive Director of Meetings and Events for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. And as you can imagine, we're a little busy over here getting ready for a little event that we're going to hold at the end of the month in San Diego. We're really excited about the convention and hope everyone's getting excited to head west to San Diego. Just so you know, you do have an opportunity to jump in at any point in time and ask questions. You can type those into the question box there, and we will be addressing those as we go through the webinar. Additionally, the webinar will be recorded, so if there's something you didn't catch or if you want to share it with friends or neighbors, you will be able to do that following the webinar. And also, at the very end, we do have a short survey for you to let us know if this webinar was beneficial and give us any feedback there. So basically what I'm going to cover is kind of all the things you need to know about the convention before you head to San Diego. We know we have some people that have attended before and others that are brand new, so we'll be covering a little bit of everything. So to start off with, the events for the convention are all going to be held at the San Diego Convention Center, which is right downtown in San Diego. We do have a few one-off events that are at the Manchester Grand Hyatt, which is also our headquarters hotel, but all of the major events, committee meetings, are all going to be held at the Convention Center. As I mentioned, that Manchester Grand Hyatt is the headquarters. We do have several hotels in the city. We have a total of 11 hotels. We will be providing shuttle for some of those. San Diego has a trolley system in the area, so we will have trolleys and shuttle buses running to some of those hotels that are not within walking distance. Additionally, we will have pedicabs, which are the little carts that are pulled by bicyclists, very, very popular in San Diego, and we have several of those that we've contracted as well. They will have the Set Sail for San Diego graphics on them, and those will be provided complimentary. There are hundreds of other pedicabs around the city that you should know that if they don't have the show graphics on them, they aren't complimentary. Just so you're aware, registration numbers are coming in very strong for San Diego. Earlier this week, we were at 4,890 attendees. We are well over 5,000 at this point. We are anticipating 7,000 to 7,500 attendees. For those of you that have not attended the convention before, we do have a registration area that is available at the Convention Center. So when you get into the city and you need to pick up your credentials, your badge, and the program for the convention, all of that will be at the registration area in the lobby of the San Diego Convention Center. Lobby D as in dog. Additionally, for those of you staying at the Grand Hyatt, we will have a satellite registration available in the early part of the week. So you'll be able to pick up your registration badge there at the hotel without having to go over to the Convention Center. Just some general information about San Diego and traveling to San Diego. The airport is very, very close to the downtown area. It's actually 3.5 miles. The best way to get from the airport to any of the convention hotels is to take a cab. It's probably the easiest way to do that. Most of the hotels do not have shuttle, but the cab rides are relatively inexpensive, and they're $12 to $15 approximately. There is not really a need to rent a car if you're attending the convention. Most of the hotels are within walking distance, and as I mentioned earlier, we will have shuttle for those that are not. But should you choose to rent a car, there is parking available at the Convention Center, and it is at $15 per day. For those of you who might be new to the convention, again, just to cover off on what's included with a full registration, we give you access to all of the meetings and events. So that means all of the committee meetings, all of the general sessions. Each day starts off with a general session, the Best of Beef breakfast, which happens on Friday morning of the convention. You get access to the trade show and all the education programs that are happening in there each day. It also gives you access to lunch and a reception that happen in the trade show each day as well. We are having a big reception on Thursday night that is going to be held on the USS Midway, which is a docked aircraft carrier located right in downtown San Diego. Additionally, a full registration gives you a ticket to the Martina McBride concert, which is going to close out the convention on Friday night. You'll see a couple of items are asterisked there. So for anyone that's on the line that is an exhibitor, those two items are not included in your registration, but tickets are available for you to purchase. And speaking of tickets, we don't actually require that you have a physical ticket. When you have pre-registered with the full registration, the tickets for all of these events listed above are encoded into your badge. And so as you're going into the ballroom or boarding the Midway, you will just be scanned. And again, if you have that full registration, you'll have access to those events. If you need additional tickets, let's say you're bringing a spouse with you, someone that is not attending the full convention, they can purchase tickets to the Midway event or the Martina McBride event. You can do that either online by logging back into your registration, or you can purchase them at the registration desk at the Convention Center on site in San Diego. Dress for the convention is business casual. Those evening events are business casual or casual. For example, the Martina McBride event is a concert, so you're welcome to change out of the business wear if you would like for that. The Midway event is an indoor-outdoor event. You will be on the deck of the Midway, so a light jacket might be needed for that. Weather in January in San Diego and Southern California, the average temperatures are in the mid-60s to low 70s. They have been getting a lot of rain there, which is fantastic. We would just like it not to rain on the night of the Midway. Would be great. For those of you that might be a little new to the convention, there are some things that have changed a little bit this year or that we've added to the convention. One of the first things is the all-new and improved mobile app. I highly, highly recommend that you take a minute and download the app. If you go to the App Store, you can search for NCBA on there, and it'll show the app. You'll notice it has the same graphics as the set sail for San Diego. That app includes maps of the convention center, the trade show floor map. It also includes a list of all the exhibitors, a schedule for the entire convention. Additionally, it has some great features where you can go in and personalize your schedule. So you can select the sessions that you're interested in, and it'll save that for you, so it makes navigating the convention much easier. And one really unique feature that it has is that you're able to connect with other attendees. If you log in to the app and set up an account for yourself and other attendees log in, you can connect through the app on there. It's kind of like a closed social media account, if you will. Another thing that's new this year are networking stations. We found that folks just need a spot to take a break or have a quick meeting, and you'll find these locations located throughout the meeting space, throughout the convention center, as well as a couple of locations on the trade show floor as well. If you're looking to make your experience at the convention even easier, we've added a new Prime Pass this year. That gives you an opportunity to upgrade your membership. And what that gets you is drink tickets for all those major events, so you don't have to worry about having cash to purchase beverages at some of the receptions. It also gives you access to the Cattlemen's Club, which is a lounge that will be in the lobby of the convention center. And that way you can go in there and grab a light snack, take a break, charge your cell phone. It's really a great way to enhance your convention experience. Probably one of the best benefits of the Prime Pass is the reserved seating that it gets you for all of those general sessions, as well as the Martina McBride event. So for those of you who don't have that yet, you can log back into your registration and add that to it, or you can upgrade on site as well. A new area on the trade show floor this year, the social media lounge. If you're not familiar with Facebook or Twitter or confused about Instagram, you can stop there and visit with the folks that will be staffing that booth, and they can help you get on Twitter, send out your first tweet, and join the conversation. For those of you looking to stay fit while you're in San Diego, we have the Be Fit 5K Fun Run Walk that will be happening on Thursday morning. Again, this is a ticketed item. You can add it to your registration pre-show or again on site, and it will be running right along the San Diego Bay, so it's going to be beautiful. And for those of you that are new to the convention, we have a new and improved first-timers reception. This happens on Wednesday afternoon from 12:45 to 1:45, and I highly recommend that you attend this. It gives you an opportunity to connect with other folks from your region, as well as learn about events that are important to attend at the convention center, learn how you can get more involved in the organization, etc. I highly, highly recommend attending that. As you know, we have a large trade show that's held in conjunction with the convention, and this year we're looking at about 340 exhibiting companies. We do have education that's on the trade show floor each day, and that's in two different areas. The first area is called the Learning Lounge, and we have what we call lightning sessions there. They're 30-minute education programs, and that's in a classroom-style setting, again, located right on the show floor. The other area is called the Demonstration Arena, and we actually build a small arena on the trade show floor. We bring in live cattle, and we do cattle handling sessions each day in there. Kurt Pate is in there showing us how to handle your cattle in a very low-stress manner. A couple of other new things for the trade show this year are the outdoor exhibits. We have several exhibitors that will be right outside the Convention Center building in an area called Park Plaza. It's on the south end of the building, in between the Convention Center and the Hilton. Additionally, for those of you that want to test drive a couple of pieces of equipment, Caterpillar and New Holland will be allowing attendees to test drive equipment in the ride and drive area, which is located in parking lot A, and that lot is located just outside the Convention Center as well, in between the Convention Center and the San Diego Bay. It's right behind the building. As I mentioned, everything is held at the San Diego Convention Center, and you can see from the map it is quite a large convention center. We are in the southern half, if you will, of the building. So you'll see there at the bottom of the map where it says registration. That's what really begins our space in the building. The trade show is in halls D through H. That's D as in dog through H as in Henry. And then the outdoor exhibits are on the left-hand side of that map. The ride and drive area is at the top part of the map. This is all on the ground level. Then all the way on the right-hand side in Exhibit Hall A, there are some sessions that are happening over in that area. So if you're looking for Exhibit Hall A, know that it's at the complete opposite end of the building, and that's the only thing that we have down at that end of the building, or just a few events. And in that other space, there are some other groups that are going to be in the building when we're there as well. And there will be an engineering group and a social psychology group in there. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to tell the difference between the cowboys and the psychologists pretty easily. Again, that was the first floor of the convention center. All of the meetings then are held on the upper level, which is directly above the exhibit hall. So you'll see there on the map where the general session is going to be held. That's ballroom 20. And then all of our meetings are on kind of the left-hand side of this map. All that other meeting space we do not have. Okay? It's a very easy convention center to navigate. Additionally, San Diego is a very easy city to navigate. You'll see there, kind of in the center of the map, is the convention center, and the shaded area that's called the gas lamp quarter, that area is filled with all different kinds of restaurants and shops. And there's another area that's highlighted there called the Seaport Village. Headquarters Hotel is attached to the Seaport Village area. It's right on the water, but there are all kinds of shops and restaurants there as well. In the upper right-hand portion of the map, you'll see the USS Midway, kind of blue up there. And that is where that Midway event will be held on Thursday night of the convention. We will be providing shuttles for that event. It will be departing from the convention center, taking you to the Midway. And then following that Midway event, the shuttles will be taking everybody back to their respective hotels. Okay. We do have several events and several different meetings happening throughout the convention week. Another new thing for our convention this year are some events that have been put together for some of our young leaders. And Sarah Arp with NCBA is going to talk to you a little bit about those events that she's put together. Sarah?
Thank you, Kristen. I have the pleasure of working and managing our Young Leader program here at NCBA. And I just wanted to take some time to kind of highlight the focus within our organization and that we're going to have in San Diego around the next generation of young producers, to really look ahead at opportunities for those who are new to the industry, whether it be new to our organization or just young in age demographic to the industry as well. So just a little overview of the Young Beef Leader program. It's focused on education, engagement, networking, and the development of the next generation of young beef industry leaders through engagement through NCBA, state and breed affiliated organizations, and incorporation into industry meetings and events. So this has a lot to do with around the education and engagement areas of our program with events that we're doing at convention. So we're going to have something every day to offer to folks who are on a collegiate level, clear up to people who are new to our newer events in our organization, which Kristen will cover a little bit further. So really where this program starts is at the state level. We are a state-affiliated organization, and we really think it's important to connect not only the young producers on a national level, but also on a state level, because they are coming from the states in which they represent. So this Young Beef Leaders program, which is centered around engagement, is really where we're focusing on a national level, but it also tying back into the state level. Through state leadership, we also offer the Young Cattlemen's Conference in the summer, and so those all really kind of linearly tie together. We then want people to continue engagement and get involved within our committee and policy development process, which is a huge part of our annual meeting, and as well as the board meeting. And then develop pathways for those exceptional leaders who want to further their careers within the volunteer leadership, not only of their state, but also in our national level. So with that being said, there is going to be a lot of focus around young people and the next generation at our convention, and Kristen is going to highlight those events as we go through the schedule. But with something that as an organization we're really excited about and looking forward to further engaging our future industry leaders.
Thank you, Sarah. Before we go on, does anyone have any questions about the general information on the convention? Again, you can type in any of those questions as we go along. The official dates of the convention are January 27th through the 29th. However, we do have some events that happen on the 26th and on the 30th. So we really kind of kick off on Tuesday, and things really get going Tuesday afternoon about 4 p.m. with Cattlemen's College. And this first session that Cattlemen's College is doing, called the Whole Herd Makeover, Cowboy Style, is done in our demonstration area, which is on the trade show floor. It's in Hall H, is where that demonstration area is. And we have live cattle for that. It's a great session, so if you're attending Cattlemen's College, I highly recommend that you attend that. And then following that event, we do a welcome reception for all of those folks that are attending Cattlemen's College. That event is one of the events that's actually down in Hall A, which again is down at the opposite end of the building. Then Wednesday officially kicks off the convention day, and we start Wednesday with Cattlemen's College, the general session, and breakfast. That's at 7 a.m. And then those breakout sessions start at 8:15 and run all the way through 1:30 p.m. Then we have a little bit of a break before the general session. And again, for those of you that are new, this is when that convention first-timers orientation reception is. It's there at the convention center, so it's very convenient if you're attending some of those Cattlemen's College classes. Please stop by if you can and get connected. 2:30 kicks off our general session. Again, that's going to be in Ballroom 20. That's on that upper level. And we have Chef Robert Irvine that's going to be there, and he's going to put on a great event for us. Wednesday evening kicks off several things happening in the trade show. We start with the California Dreamin' Welcome Reception, and that's a y'all come event for anybody that's registered, and it's a whole lot of fun there in the trade show. Additionally, some things that are happening within that reception are the National Collegiate Quiz Bowl contest, and that's happening starting at 4:30 to 6:30. There's an area of the trade show floor that we call the Chuck Wagon Cafe. That's where we serve lunch each day, but that's also where the Quiz Bowl will be held on Wednesday night. And then for the young beef leaders, again, we have the tailgate reception happening in that Chuck Wagon area as well. That actually happens at 6:30. And then after the trade show closes that night, we're still partying. The Environmental Stewardship Awards program is having their 25th anniversary celebration that evening, and that is also a y'all come kind of event. That's going to be happening down in Hall A, again, the opposite side of the building. And for those of you that may be YCC alumni, the reception for that is also down on that side of the building in an area called Tides Restaurant. And that reception is invitation only, but that's happening at that same time as well. So after we finish partying on Wednesday night, we kick off with that Be Fit Fun Run that I mentioned earlier. That starts in the Park Plaza area, which is where those outdoor exhibits are. That's at 6 a.m. And then we go into the Cattle Facts Outlook seminar. I highly recommend, if you haven't attended that before, it's a very informative session. The trade show is open all day long. We open the trade show at 9 a.m. It's open until 6 p.m. We serve lunch in there from 11 until 2. And then in the afternoon in the trade show, we have a wine tasting reception from 4 until 6. And then the other thing that's happening on Thursday morning that I highly recommend for anyone that's attending the convention to learn more about what's happening in your region is to attend these regional meetings. It's a chance for you to get connected with other producers from your neck of the woods and find out what's happening in your area. It really, really is an informative session, and as you're going through the mobile app, mark those on your calendar for sure. Thursday evening, another one of the sessions that Sarah mentioned earlier is the Young Beef Leaders Unleashing the Next Generation of Leaders session. That's going to be happening at 5 o'clock. Again, that's in the convention center on the upper level. And then Thursday night is when we have that event on the USS Midway. It's a Stars and Stripes USO show. And this is open to all attendees. I highly recommend that you attend. It's going to be one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences for attendees. Friday morning, we kick off the day with the Best of Beef breakfast, and this is an awards breakfast. Again, for a full registration, this is included. So come cheer on all those award nominees for sure here. This is again held at the Convention Center. It's in, Exhibit Hall A on that north side of the building. The trade show is open from 9 until 5 on Friday. Again, we have lunch in there from 11 to 2, and we have a reception in there from 3 until 5, a beef and beer reception. 9:30 in the morning is the General Session 2, where we have a Navy SEAL that's going to be telling you about his experience, and he's famous for pulling the trigger on Osama bin Laden, so I highly recommend you come by and listen to his story. It's really, truly amazing. Also, if you're looking to find out what's happening in the industry, how you can get involved, hear what's going on, the committee meetings are all open to all full registered attendees. You cannot vote unless you're a committee member. However, you can come in and sit in the gallery and listen in on what's happening in all of those committees. Those are all listed out in the schedule, which can be found, again, on the mobile app. It's also on the website if you want to check that out ahead of time. Friday evening, I should say, from 5 until 7, we have the Pack Party on the Pacific and live auction. And that auction is sponsored by Superior Livestock, and all proceeds for that go to support our PAC in Washington, D.C. This is a ticketed event. Again, you can add that to your registration ahead of time, or you can add a ticket when you get there on site. And then we'll be closing out the convention with the Cowboy Concert Series with Martina McBride. That's going to be happening in Ballroom 20. And then, of course, we can't be done with just Martina. We have to have a little after party. So if you want to dance the night away, please be sure to attend the Red, White, and Brew after party. It will be held right outside Ballroom 20. Then Saturday morning, we wrap everything up with the Board of Directors meeting. Now please note, the Board of Directors meeting is held at the Grand Hyatt. It is not at the Convention Center. Pretty much all events at the Convention Center wrap up with that after party. So that pretty much concludes the overview of the convention. I'd be happy to take any questions at this time if anybody has any of those. You will be getting a know before you go letter from NCBA as well here in the coming days that also outlines some of the information that we covered here. And it also gives you an opportunity to go back into your registration then and add some tickets to those ticketed events, should anyone have interest in doing that. If no one has any questions, we will conclude the webinar at this time. And as I mentioned before, there's a very short survey. So if you'll hang on just a minute, that survey will come up for you. And then we'd really appreciate you giving us your feedback. If at any time you have questions, you're welcome to contact us here at NCBA. Oh, we do have one question. On Cattlemen's College, the question is, if someone is not able to attend Cattlemen's College on Tuesday, how would they go about getting that information? The Cattlemen's College sessions, that brings up a good point, several of those are being recorded, including that Tuesday event. And so for those registered for Cattlemen's College, you will have opportunity to go back and watch those sessions again after the convention. And anyone that's not attending Cattlemen's College will have an opportunity to pay a registration fee that will be made available following the convention. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. And if at any time you have questions, please feel free to contact the NCBA staff. We're here to help, and we look forward to seeing you all in San Diego.